Hey everyone, it's Shelly. How's everybody doing today? It is just about 1 o'clock, I want to say. Oh, okay, 12:45. So today's running late. I am just about to get started on my workout right now. And the only reason I'm running behind is because it was raining this morning. Um, and since we're on the road, in the RV, we there's kind of like some stuff we have to prepare for whenever there's rain coming through or storm. And lately it's not just been rain. A lot of y'all been seeing down here in Texas, especially like Houston and surrounding areas, the weather's been pretty bad. Tornadoes, a lot of rain, flooding. um, it's been bad. We were actually living 5 years in Cleveland, Texas, which is 45 minutes north of Houston. And out there, it's Cleveland, Shepherd, Tarkenton, Cold Spring. A lot of that area got hit really hard by the storms. I think it was the beginning of this month, end of March, no, end of April, May. I don't even remember. It's like the beginning of May. But there was so much flooding out there. Roads and bridges literally washed out. That's how bad it is. So yeah, it here has not been as bad. We did have one day a couple of weeks ago where we believe either that straight line wind came through here or a tornado. There was just intense wind. The trees, these are nice big established trees, and the trees were literally touching the ground. And once we did a survey of the property, there were a lot of trees that were downed by that wind, storm, and hail and rain and everything else that came through. So yeah, it's the weather's been crazy. So this morning we have to do some prep things. We have an outside area, which I'm in right now, and this is where I cook and we kind of sit, and my husband works, he naps, and I kind of do my planning and some of my work here outside when it's windy, breezy like this, and it's tolerable. Most of the time, I have to go inside with the AC because it's too hot. It's too hot. So, yeah, that's what we were doing this morning. Just kind of, tying things down, making sure things were off of the tables and the refrigerators and things like that. Brought down all of our lawn chairs and stuff that tumble over because could become hazardous objects flying around here. So it's not just us having rain out here. We kind of have to prepare for whatever is coming our way. So that's what we were doing this morning, preparing for that, waiting it out, seeing how bad it got. Didn't get too bad. It was just a lot of really strong wind. The rain was very minimal, but the wind was crazy. So CJ's back out working. He's been out there for a little bit, and I've been sitting here trying to finish up, updates on the website, and I decided to do a little video. Number one, to give you updates on my spiritual journey. I've been doing the healing process, shadow work, self-healing. It's been going really good. It's a little bit more in depth and slow. I knew it was going to take time, but it's really something to deal with. I don't know if anybody's ever gone through shadow work. It's depending on what kind of work you're doing, what you're having to go through, what you're having to see, what kind of trauma you've been through. There are times when you get stalled, and I've been stalled for about a week trying to finish answering the question that I put out to myself about what's your first childhood memory. And I kind of just sit there and think about it every now and then. I've written down in my journal. I have a shadow journal that I've been writing things down in. And I think I'm ready to go on to another step or another process or more meditation. I don't know where I'm going from here, but I know I'm ready to move on from this part. And I think that's a good thing. But with that, I have become aware that I am more aware of my surroundings. And when I say that, I'm going to say just about every morning, I go out with my husband in the mornings to go survey the property. We're on 30 acres, so we go around and we look at everything. Number one, especially after storms or high winds, we go around and see if there's no more trees that are down or in the way. Number two, we have some deer feeders on the property that we need to maintain, so we kind of check those out, make sure those are okay and working properly. And then there's cameras that we have to kind of check out and make sure they're all right. So there's a lot that we have to do daily. So I usually go with him and we kind of look at everything, go around there, talk in the morning. And before I started all this, it was just running around with him, going through the property, checking it out, looking around, not really noticing things or animals or plants and flowers and things like that. I caught a glimpse of something every now and then, because it was pretty obvious right there. But now, I just feel like I see a lot more. A while back, we went on a drive to go get some ice cream, and we're driving by this big old field, and I'm like, I've never seen that. Those are huge sunflowers. And he's like, oh, I didn't even know that was there. I'm like, they're so pretty. It was just a field of sunflowers. And then as we're coming off of the field of sunflowers, there's just a peacock just posted up on the fence post. Just, sitting there. And I'm like, look, there's a peacock. He goes, whoa, I didn't even see that, And I'm like, wow, how am I seeing this? And we're going around the property, and the bunnies out here, they're everywhere. But they're little brown bunnies, and they kind of blend in with all the wood and the dirt and the rocks and the leaves that are down. And most of the time he's looking around, but he can't really spot them. And I'm like, oh, look, there goes a bunny rabbit, and there goes another bunny rabbit, and there goes a bunny rabbit. And the most, one of the things that I am in awe of right now is we've been able to observe 2 baby hawks out in the mesquite tree. We haven't disturbed them, but they're still babies, and we kind of just look at them for a little while. We took some pictures because I'm really afraid the mom's going to come back and attacks, one of us or whatever. But we've been able to observe them over the past 2 or 3 days, and they're just in the tree. They don't really do anything, and they don't kind of get startled by us. We're in a ranger, and we kind of just go by slowly, look at them, take a couple of pictures, give our grand risings, give our thank yous for allowing us to observe them. But they're just the cutest little things. I mean, they're not little, but they're babies. You can tell they're babies. But they're at least a good, 2 foot, 1.5, a foot and a half, 2 foot tall. So they're not little, but it's things like that. He didn't even see them in the tree. I kind of like, oh, look, there goes an owl. And I'm like, wait, that's not an owl. He goes, no, those are hawks. And I'm like, what? And I looked up in the tree. I'm like, there's 2 of them. And now we've discovered that there's now 3 of them. So there's 3 baby hawks out there. So it's rather exciting what I'm seeing now that I'm becoming more aware of my surroundings. Yeah, so that's kind of what's going on with my spiritual journey right now, leading up to getting through all of my emotional trauma. And I say trauma, I don't really, I gotta look up the definition of the word. I don't know. To me, it's not really trauma as it is going through a painful time. Maybe it is the same thing, I don't know. Trauma to me is something more dramatic, more intense, more abusive, I guess. Or maybe I don't remember all of it, so I can't define it as trauma just yet. But we'll see what happens, what definition I give to everything that's happened to me. And that's about it. So yeah, we are probably going to be heading out back home tomorrow for a little while. I don't know if we're going into Houston or not. The weather looks bad, but we might drive in. It's CJ's brother's birthday, so we might drive in. I don't know yet. But that it's incredible the amount of attention that it's incredible what I see now, what I can observe, what myself is opened up to. And that all comes, I know, from getting past some of the trauma that I've been feeling. So on a lighter note, I'm Gen X. And I've been doing that TikTok thing where all the Gen Xers are coming out and, Red Dawn, let's band together, and, let's the dodgeball thing and all that other good stuff. It's just fun, It's not really anything. But I'm sitting here and rocks are just jumping in my shoe. But I noticed that, people follow you, so it's follow for follow. You follow them back. Some of these TikTok accounts, you can tell right away they're fake or they're scammers or whatever. To each his own. If that's what you want to do, that's what you want to do. That's none of my business. I have a legit TikTok. I'm a real person. I'm here. But it's just funny how you follow somebody, and being a female, and that person that you decide to follow back is, somebody that immediately sends you a message. Hey, pretty lady. Hello, beautiful. How are you doing today? What's going on? I just want to be friends, and this, that, and the other. And my response is hi. I'll acknowledge them. I don't, I haven't, no need not to. No reason to not, respond. And I respond politely. Hello. How can I help you? Well, I'm just looking for a friend. Okay, well, thank you for the follow. I followed you back. Cool, So, are you married? How old are you? I just want to be friends. That's definitely not what I'm here for. My husband and I are doing really, really well. And that part of the TikTok and Facebook and Instagram and any other platform that comes out that I might be involved in, that is something that I've never been interested in. And usually if I do, talk messenger or anything like that, it's usually with people that I know. I actually know. I have interacted with them in person. But it's cool if that's what people want to do, and that's how they need to find their friends, and more power to you. But I don't want to be rude and not respond. I don't know how to handle that. All I do is hi, and how can I help you? I'm not trying to be a bitch. I'm not trying to come off as some hard ass or something. No, I'm not better than anybody. Nobody's better than anybody. But it's something to deal with when they constantly do it. I don't understand. But you know what? Anybody on TikTok, Facebook, YouTube, followers, people that are out there, friends and family, thank you very much for following me. Thank you very much for sharing my videos. Thank you very much for liking my videos. Thank you very much for commenting. I truly appreciate that. I'm not knocking anybody for doing whatever it feels like they need to do. Like I said, more power to you. I'm not here for that. I am not here for that. I am here to build up my account. I am here to monetize my account. I am here to sustain myself. My husband, he's out there working hard, doing his part for us, making sure we have food on the table and that we have things that we need. And I just feel like I need to do my part, and that's what I'm doing. I can't physically get a job because we don't have a physical location. I can do an online, but Wi-Fi out here in the country is not very good. So for right now, this is a way that I see I am able to make a little bit of extra cash. I don't need to, I want to. And people will come at me about that, and I'm glad you have an opinion. That's all I can say. Love you guys as always. Have a healthy, happy, prosperous, and abundant day.